What's up, GENNOW? Hey, I want to continue talking about our series on love and hate. It's a series about judgment. Have you ever stopped to notice how a lot of things have reputations? Amazon has a reputation for amazing 2-day shipping. Chick-fil-A has a reputation for amazing chicken sandwiches and waffle fries. And even clothing brands come with certain reputations. But it's not just things that have reputations, people have reputations also. If you think of all the different reputations of people at your school, the different stereotypes that people have, people may even associate you with a certain reputation or a certain stereotype. Maybe you're the band kid or the speech and debate person. Maybe you're a basketball player or a cheerleader. People tend to box us in by the things that we do, who we are, what we look like, how we dress. But not only do people often fill in the blank for who we often fill in the blank for who others are also. We all do it. It's kind of a part of our human nature, our sin nature. We often fill in the blank with a judgment about someone else. We often fill in the blank with hate. So as followers of Jesus, is this how we're supposed to live? I want to zero in on a story in the book of John. It's found in John chapter 8. You see, Jesus was at the temple and he was teaching all these people, and in the middle of Jesus teaching all these people, a woman gets dragged in by the religious leaders. The story tells us that she was caught in the act of committing adultery, and so these religious leaders want to stone her to death because, well, committing adultery in that time was punishable by death. And they ask Jesus what they should do and what Jesus thinks about this situation. And he says, "Let those who have never sinned cast the first stone." You see, this woman came with a reputation. I'm sure when she was brought in front of that crowd that everyone already filled in the blank about who she already was. And yet Jesus ends up forgiving her. Jesus shows mercy to her, shows grace to her. Jesus filled in the blank with love. Now, as a Jesus follower, we are then asked to fill in the blank with love as well. That when we encounter people, we don't instantly judge them or fill in the blank with whatever. We fill in the blank with grace and love, forgiveness and mercy. Because the reality is, Jesus has already done that for us. See, because of our sin, we deserve death and judgment too. But because Jesus went to the cross and died for our sins, he filled in the blank with love for us. So step one, it starts in our hearts. Understanding what Jesus has done on behalf of us. Which leads us to step two, then we get to extend that love to others by filling in the blank with love when we encounter others. A very simple way to begin to do this and to practice this is to pray for people who you are maybe struggling with feelings of frustration or even hatred or anger towards. People that you often just want to judge or that you may not understand. Begin to pray for them every time they come to your mind. Pray that God would bless them. Pray that God would help them in certain areas of their life. Pray that God would change your own heart towards love towards that person. As we're following Jesus, let's let love fill in the blank. Have a great week, guys.